My name is Kristina Savino, and I'm a physician assistant here at May River Dermatology. I started out as a sports medicine major, and so I did athletic training. I worked with some of our sports teams, and halfway through college, I kind of decided maybe this wasn't my path and went into the banking career after graduation. Did that for about 13 years. And in about 2019, I decided that wasn't my life anymore and wanted to get back into medicine, which is something that had always been a passion of mine. And so I went and got my prerequisites here at the University of South Carolina and then went on to PA school at MUSC in Charleston. There was a moment. So it's something I've been thinking about for a while, and anytime we got asked questions like, hey, if you could do anything in your life and money wasn't an object, what would you do? And I said, I'd go be a PA. It's something I always wanted to do. And then one of my nieces got into a boating accident a few years ago, really severe boating accident. And I was with her in the hospital, and I kind of looked at my husband and I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Growing up in Florida, everybody's in the sun. I was a beach kid just like everybody else, but my grandfather really suffered a lot from skin cancers. He'd grown up in New Jersey, on the Jersey Shore, being a lifeguard, and he had so many skin cancers, so many. In fact, it got to a point where I was wondering if he was still gonna have a nose. And so seeing that and realizing that a lot of people don't realize how much we love the sun, we live in a sunny place, but how much damage it can do to our bodies. Also too, another one I'm passionate about is acne. You know, every teenager kind of goes through that, and when you think about your skin, that's the first thing everybody sees, right? If you have, let's say, some kind of internal thing that's going on in your body, you can kind of hide that, and nobody really knows that, but when you're looking at your skin, everybody sees that, and so wanting to be in a place where I could educate people on their skin and the importance of taking good care of it. When I walk into a room, I want my patients to be educated. We're the experts, we understand medicine, and they're looking to us for guidance and support, and the only way they're gonna get that is if we actually take the time to sit with them and let them understand the why. If you sit there and talk to someone and explain the why, they have a better understanding and they're more likely to follow the treatment plan that you're providing to them because they understand why they need to do this and how this is gonna help them. When I was on my family medicine rotation, I was in a rural part of South Carolina, which I live about in a rural part of South Carolina. And I walked into a room with a young patient, 13-year-old boy, and he was having some weight issues and really not understanding like how the food in his body was affecting that. And he was, getting picked on at school, and we kind of talked about him wanting to play football, and asked him who his favorite team was and who his favorite player was. And we kind of talked about what that player does to get himself in physical health to be able to be the star athlete that he is. And his mom was in the room, and at the very end she said, thank you so much for sitting here and talking to him about this, because I've tried, but the way you shared it, talking to him about people that he looks up to and how they eat, really I think is going to make a difference in his life. My husband and I live in Hampton County. We have 2 rescue dogs that we rescued literally off the streets in our neighborhood. We're currently renovating our house, so we're spending a lot of time doing some woodworking, and that's taking up a lot of our time right now. I also enjoy college football is my favorite time of the year, so I'm sad right now because it's not that time of year. Go Irish. And I'm a huge Formula One fan. Lewis Hamilton, I think, is going to win his 8th championship this year. I think what sets May River Dermatology apart is that we really care about our patients, and we have a great team. There's always somebody around that if, let's say, I don't have the answer, there's another PA, there's the physicians that we can go to. Everyone from the moment you walk in the door, our front staff is there to help you, and everyone that you see throughout the process, you're going to be greeted, get the education and the treatments that you need. If you're somebody who's nervous about having a skin check, you should come in and see us.